ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे
गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु
ॐ
सहना
सहना
भवतु
भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ
सहनौ
भुनक्तु
भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह
सह
वीर्यं
वीर्यं
करवावहै
करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा
विद्विषावहै
विद्विषावहै
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ॐ
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति
शान्ति
शान्तिः
शान्तिः
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
ॐ पार्थाय
पार्थाय
प्रतिबोधितां
प्रतिबोधितां
भगवता
भगवता नारायणेन
नारायणेन
स्वयं
स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
व्यासेन ग्रथितां
ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना
मध्ये
मध्ये
महाभारतम्
महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं
भगवतीं
भगवतीम्
अष्टादशाध्यायिनीं
अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्
अम्ब त्वामुनसन्दधामि
दधामि
भगवद्गीते
भगवद्गीते
भवद्वेषिणीम्
भवद्वेषिणीम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं
ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्मा
वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
वेदैः
साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्
साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं
गायन्ति यं
सामगाः
सामगाः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा
मनसा
पश्यन्ति यं
पश्यन्ति
योगिनः
योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः
यस्यान्तन्न
यस्यान्तन्न
विदुस्तुरासुरगणा
विदुस्तुरासुरगणा
देवाय
देवाय
तस्मै
तस्मै
नमः
नमः।
अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवः
अहं
अहं
सर्वस्य
सर्वस्य
प्रभवः
प्रभवः
मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते
मत्तः
मत्तः सर्वं
सर्वं प्रवर्तते
प्रवर्तते
इति मत्वा भजन्ते माम्
इति
इति
मत्वा
मत्वा
भजन्ते
भजन्ते
माम्
माम्
बुधा भावसमन्विताः
बुद्धाभावसमन्विताः
मूढभावसमन्विताः
मच्चित्ता मद्गतप्राणाः
मच्चित्ता
मच्चित्ता
मदगतप्राणाः
मदगतप्राणाः
बोधयन्तः परस्परम्
बोधयन्तः
बोधयन्तः
परस्परम्
परस्परम्
कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यम्
कथयन्तश्च
कथयन्तश्च
मां
मां
नित्यम्
नित्यम्
तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च
तुष्यन्ति च
तुष्यन्ति च
रमन्ति च
रमन्ति च
तेषां सततयुक्तानां
तेषां
तेषां सततयुक्तानां
सततयुक्तानां
भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकम्
भजतां
भजतां
प्रीतिपूर्वकम्
प्रीतिपूर्वकम्
ददामि बुद्धियोगन्तम्
दधामि
ददामि
बुद्धियोगन्तम्
बुद्धियोगन्तम्
येन मामुपयान्ति ते
येन
येन
मामुपयान्ति
मामुपयान्ति
ते
ते
तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम्
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 अहमज्ञानजं तमः
अहम्
अहमज्ञानतमः
अज्ञानतमः
नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः
नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः
नाशयाम्यहमभावस्थः
ज्ञानदीपेन भस्वता
ज्ञानदीपेन
ज्ञानादीपेन भस्वता
भास्वता
We are seeing this Buddha are under discussion. Bhagavan says there are people Buddha Mam Bhajante. There are wise people, one who knows me. I am the cause of everything. I am the sustainer of everything. These people who knows me, they seek me. Bhava Samanvitaha. They are endowed with devotion. Such people are always, they seek me. And how they always engage themselves. So it is discussed in 9th verse. And Bhagavan says, these people, this Buddha are Matchittaha. They have given their mind to me. Madgat Pranaha. Even they have given their, we can say, Antahakaranam, 5 sense organs and 5 organs of action to me. Parasparam Bodhayantah. They teach each other. Parasparam Kathayantah. Even they are keeping telling the different stories of Ishvara also, each other. Nityam Tushyanti. They are satisfied and they revel in me. Ramanticha. Such people, Bhagavan says, what I will do for them. So he says, which we have seen yesterday, Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Tadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mama Upayanti. So Tesham, these people, Buddhanam, they are always Satata Yuktanam. They always are connected with me. They seek me. Bhajadam, they seek me. For which purpose? Do they have any motive, some intention? So Bhagavan says there is no other motive, only Priti Purvakam. Out of love, out of devotion, they always seek Ishvara. For such people, Bhagavan says, what I do for them? So Bhagavan says, Buddham Buddhi Yogam Dadami. That Buddhi Yoga, which was discussed even in 9th chapter, it was discussed in 6th, 7th chapter. Buddhi Yoga means Samyak Darshanam, vision. The vision of oneness is called Buddhi Yoga. That vision I give them. Dadami, I give them. And because of this Samyak Darshanam, Yena is the third vibhakti, and case and yena means because of this buddhi yogena, because of this samyak darshanena, te buddhaha mam ishwaram upayanti. They just reach me, they understand me, they reach me. And how Bhagavan give them this buddhi yogam, this we have to see today. So tesham satata yuktanam we have seen in detail, and this 11th verse, Bhagavan says, Tesham eva anukampartham. Little bit. So he says, Kimartham. Shankaracharya has said, Kimartham, for which purpose? Kasyava, for whom? What Bhagavan is doing? Dadasi, you give. Buddhi Yogam, Shankaracharya says, like he is direct discussing with Bhagavan, to whom you give this Buddhi Yogam, and Buddhi Yogam is nothing but it is a destroyer of a obstacle, which always cause the obstacle between us and Ishvara. Tvat Prapti. To attain Ishvara, there are some obstacles. When Bhagavan gives this Samyak Darshanam vision, this Nashakam, this Pratiman, this obstacle will go away, Buddhi Yogam, and because of this Buddhi Yogam, they will come to me. So, which type of Buddhi Yogam it is now discussing in this verse? So, Tesham eva anukampartham. So, we have seen yesterday, Tesham, and there is one eva. Tesham eva anukampartham. Aham, here agnanajam, tamaha nashayami. Atmabhavastha jnanadipena bhashu. Tesham eva. For these people only, eva means only that people. One, satatyuktanam, they are bodhayantam parasparaha. For these people, anukampartham, out of compassion. Anukampa means compassion. Out of compassion, what Bhagavan says, aham, so myself, but where Bhagavan is, if we ask, aham means I, Bhagavan says I. But where is Bhagavan? So he says Atma Bhavastha. The meaning of Atma Bhavastha, Shankaracharya has written, Atma means self, the self of the devotee. Where Bhagavan is available, so he says Bhagavan is available in each and every thought of Jnani or Bhakta. So Atma Bhavastha. Atmani bhave tishtati. So one who abides in the thoughts of these people, it's called Atma Bhavastha. When such Buddha are discussing where is the Ishvara, who is the Ishvara, whatever. So at that time, where is the Ishvara? So still Ishvara, that same very Ishvara is sitting in the heart of these people. It is called Atma Bhavastha. So who am I? One who is sitting abides in the heart of these devotees, that myself, Nashayami, I will destroy. And what Bhagavan will destroy? So he says, Tamaha. Tamaha means Andhakaram, darkness. Bhagavan says, I will destroy the darkness. And darkness, how this darkness has come? So is a born of Agnanam. Jam means Jayate. It is a born out of the ignorance. That darkness, Bhagavan will say, I will just destroy. I will remove. And how Bhagavan will remove? So Bhagavan says, Jnana Deepena Bhasvata. Bhasvata is also 3 by 1. And Jnana Deepena is also 3 by 1. By the help of the shining of the Deepa, means lamp of the knowledge. So this shining Deepa, shining lamp, and which type of this lamp? Is a lamp of knowledge. And only one knowledge Bhagavan would like to share with everyone is whole Jagat is nothing but Ishvara only. That knowledge is called Samyak Darshan. This is called Gnana. Samyak Darshana is in the form of material cause. Bhagavan is all pervading. He is available everywhere. This Jnanam removes the darkness in our mind, which is born out of ignorance only. That Bhagavan is removes out of compassion. So Shankaracharya has written very beautiful bhashyam here, and he says, Tesham eva. So Shankaracharya has not given much description. Tesham eva. Tesham is this all Buddha. Eva. We have to say only this. Not who are never sick Ishvara. Bhagavan would like to give moksha to them. So only this one who are parasparam bodhayanta tesham satat yuktanam. And what Bhagavan is thinking, katham nama shreyah sat. How can I can give them moksha? Katham Nama. This is one type of, is a paraphrase. Katham Nama. How can I give this Shreya? What I will do, then they will gain Shreya. And the meaning of Shreya is ultimate freedom, moksha. So whenever Shreya means actually auspicious, but in ultimate level, the meaning of Shreya is moksha. So in Kathopanishad also, there is a one mantra Shreyasya Preyasya Manushyam. Two things. Always we are come in front of us. Shreyaha means mokshaha. Preyaha, the all desired object in front of our this world. Both will come in front of us. Generally, people preyas vrunite. They always choose the desired objects available in this world. Samdhiraha Shreya vrunite. Only some fortunate people, they just choose Shreya means moksha. So these people always seeking Ishvara. So Bhagavan thinks Shreya Syat. How can these people get moksha? That I will give. Shreya Syat, this thinking is called Anukampa. Because these people are always engaged in the name of Ishvara, so this Bhagavan starts, how can I give them moksha? This thinking is called Anukampartha. So Shankaracharya ji has written, the meaning of Anukampartha means Daya Heto, because of the cause of the compassion, Daya. So Bhagavan starts thinking what Bhagavan will give. So Bhagavan says Aham. Then after that it is a Agnanajam. So Aham is Lord Ishvara itself, himself. Aham is Lord Krishna Vasudeva. Then there is another word in Shloka is Agnanajam. So Shankaracharya has written the meaning of Agnanajam is Avivekatah Jatam Mithya Pratyaya Lakshanam Mohandakaram Tamaha. So this Tamaha will go along with this. But Agnana Jam means something is born. And born out of what? Okay, Agnana. So Shankaracharya has written the meaning of Agnana means because of lack of discrimination. Or Vivekataha. Because of the lack of discrimination, there is a birth, Jatam. Birth of what? So he says, Mithya Pratyaya Lakshana. So whenever Pratyaya comes, the meaning is Vritti in our mind. So is a thought. Vritti is called thought. Actually, Shankaracharya used to write, there is a two word, vritti and pratyaya. In Sanskritam, there is a two word, vrittihi. In another word is pratyaya. Vrittihi is also thought, and pratyaya is also thought. So what is the difference between vritti and pratyaya? So Shankaracharya says there are many thoughts are just passing in our mind. Vritti pravaha, sometimes we are never identify ourselves with some thought process are called vritti. Unknowingly they are just keep on passing are called vritti. But when we are identify ourselves with this thought is called pratyaya. If the thought of anger is just passing and we never identify this anger, it just passes. Then we can say just anger thoughts are called vritti. But we identify with this anger and we say, I am angry. This always somebody has done to me and that's why I am angry. This type of oneness with thought is called pratyaya. So that's why Shankaracharya has written here, this avivekatah jatam, because of lack of discrimination, something is born. What is this born? So he says pratyaya. Now which type of pratyaya is the mithya, which is not correct? And which type of pratyaya? So only Bhagavan would like to convey this body, mind, sense complex, which is given to us. Really, we are not that. But we think I am body, mind, sense complex, BMI, is called mithya. When I identify with our body, mind, sense complex, then again, in front of us, whole world, the, the relative of this body, mind, sense complex and another all object, all are true. And we always have transaction. Consider like this. This is called mithya pratyaya lakshana. Because we consider this body I am and the relatives of body is I am and whole transactions are called mithya pratyaya lakshana. And how this is born? Because of lack of our discrimination. We never think what is nitya, what is anitya. This is our called mithya pratyaya lakshana. And because of this, our wrong notion, I am body, mind, sense complex, there is a darkness of delusion, moha andhakara, the darkness of delusion, which is not, we consider us like, suppose we say in Brahma Sutram, he says, there is a two thing is available in our body. One is jada, one is chetana, one is sentient and one is inert. We never consider, we always think inert is inert and sentient is sentient. But when it comes to our body, then we think this sentient is a jada, means is a inert, and what is inert is a sentient. This delusion is called moha andhakaram. This body, this sthula body, our body is always inert, but always I says this body will die. Means we consider ourselves as a body, it's called moha. There are thought process keep on going like a pain, like a happiness, and we think this all are, I am just experiencing. This is all I have to experience. This is also moha. This moha is nothing it compared to darkness. And out of darkness only again and again we take decision of vivekata. This whole process is possible. Why? He says agnanaja. Because this is all Mataji is called ignorance. So Bhagavan says this darkness, which is called delusion, and this delusion comes because consider ourself, body, mind, sense complex as a myself. This delusion, Bhagavan says, nashayami. I just destroy it. Nashayami, I remove it. And how? With sitting somewhere in Vaikuntha Dhama or Golok Dhama? So Bhagavan says, no, because I am all pervading Atma Bhavastha. So what is the meaning of Atma Bhavastaha? Shankara says, this is a very beautiful word, Atma Bhavastaha. Atma Bhavaha means Atmanaha Bhavaha. This is 6 by 1. A Bhavaha, again we say, is a vritti, thought, or pratyaya, of whom? Atmanaha, of oneself only. And where it is available? He says, Antaha Karana Ashayaha. This is Antakarana means our subtle body, Ashaya means residence. Tasmin eva sthitah, where Bhagavan is available, where Ishvara is available, he says Tasmin. Tasmin Ashaye, Tasmin Nikete, Tasmin residence. Eva Bhagavan says, I am available, I am abides. But what is the name of that abidance, residence? He says Antakarana, the inner, our inner self, our mind. In that I am available as a Atma Bhavastha. When I am sitting in the heart of this devotee, at that time I just remove the tamaha, the darkness of that devotee. And how you Bhagavan removes, he just do some jadoo ki chadi, he just have some, the magic, any type of stick. So Bhagavan says, no, nothing but Gnana Deepena, out of Gnana Deepena. And what is meaning of Gnana Deepena? So Shankaracharya has written, Viveka Pratyaya Rupena. Viveka Pratyaya, this devotee starts thinking, what is the difference between Nityam and Anityam? What is the difference between sentient and inert? This thinking is called discrimination. When we consider aham nityam, this body is anityam. So I am nityam only. I am not body mind sense complex. This viveka is called gnana deepa. Even we think I am always satyam jnanam anantam. I am always sentient. This body is inert, but I am sentient. Whatever going is possible in this anitya body, this jada body, this inert body, nothing touch me. This thinking is called viveka pratyarupaya. This is called gnana deepa, the light, the lamp of the knowledge. So Bhagavan say, I just lit up. I just give the shine of this lamp of knowledge. And because of the lamp of knowledge, this all agnanam chatam tamaha will destroy. And second paragraph, Shankaracharya ji has just, have some good imaginary. When lamp is there, then there is a wick. When lamp is there, there is a oil. When there is a lamp, so we need oxygen also. And when there is a lamp, we need some protection from hard wind. So Shankaracharya just described what is the oil, what is the wick, and how this Gnana Deepena can lit up. So whatever written here, I have just prepared. So I would like to show. So suppose this is a Gnana Deepa. If we say, if this is a light of, this is the lamp of Gnanam, then it needs oil, it needs wick, it needs oxygen, and it needs also protection from strong wind. So Shankaracharya says, what is the name of oil which has been used to lit up the Gnana Deepam, the lamp of the knowledge? The Bhagavan says the name of oil is devotion towards Ishvara. And to whom we can call devotion? So he says devotion is nothing but we have love for Ishvara with respect and with some reverence. It is called bhakti. I always say bhakti is nothing but love only. When we have total love, while mother has total love with her own child, in Sanskritam it's called vatsalyam. We have different name. If we have total love with reverence and respect to our elder, our guru, same love is called adaram. Adararthena. If we have some love, same love for our same age, then we call as a maitri, friendship. But same love, if we have with Ishvara, it is called bhakti. So bhakti is nothing but love towards Ishvara. So what need to keep on this Gnana Deepam to continue? Which type of oil is needed? So Bhagavan says, Bhakti Rupena. This oil is needed. Then what is the wick? So he says, Shankaracharya says, there are many type of disciplines, means the discipline are necessary, which prepared our mind. So wick is nothing but preparedness of our mind. And I don't know why this happened. So this wick is nothing but preparedness of our mind. So our mind can absorb the Glanam. Our mind can even revels in Ishvara's name. It needs some type of preparedness. It is the wick and even proper attitude towards each and every people is called wick. And Shankaracharya has written only Brahmacharyadi. We will see in the Bhashyam. But whenever Brahmacharyadi will come, so how can we prepare ourselves? So I have just written this Patanjali, first and two steps, Yamaniyama. The Shaucha Santosha Tapasvadhyaya Ishwar Pranidhanani Niyamaha. So Ishwarasya Pranidhanani. Shaucham means cleanliness, santosh, contentment, tapaha, again discipline, swadhyaya, to study the scriptures, and love towards Ishvara are called niyama, ahimsa, non-violence, speaking a truthfulness, satyam, brahmacharyam, celibacy, aparigraha, we never keep more things what we needed. Aparigraha, asteya, non-stealingness. This all attitude, even 13th chapter, amanitvam adambitvam, these 20 values, always Puja Swamiji, love this, is also prepared our mind. This is, in short, we can say, according to Vedanta, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. This is called Vik in Gnana Deepam. Then he says to keep on burning this lamp, we need proper, wind, oxygen level. So what is the oxygen? So Shankaracharya has written, Mata Bhavana Abhinivesha Vata Iritena. Vata means wind. Iritena, which keep on coming. Iritena, but which type of wind? Mata bhavana abhinivesha. Abhinivesha means one is totally endowed with what? Mat bhavana. Is always that person's devotee's mind is endowed with Ishvara. That mind is called Because of this lamp is keep on lighting. So what irritate? So oxygen is our total devotion towards Ishvara. We need wind also, but we need not need too much wind. It can be blow off. So he says, which type of wind can blow off this Gnana Deepa? So Shankaracharya is written beautifully. He says, strong wind can blow off the lamp like binding likes and dislikes. Our own likes and dislikes. This is the one type of wind, and this strong wind can blow off our discrimination. So he says, what need to stop this? Because we keep this lamp in one small closet, where there is a wind also, there is the oxygen also, there is a no total without any wind, but still we can protect our lamp too much wind. So he says, Virakta Antahakaranam, the mind of the devotee or gnani should be endowed with vairagya, dispassion. So this is the adhara, this is the base to keep our mind out of this external jagat. So this virakta antakarana adharena vishaya vyavruta chitta. Chitta, our mind, is just come out from Vishaya, the objects which are available in external world. So because of our dissipation, our mind never goes inside this external world. And when it won't go out, then it never becomes raga dvesha akalushita 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 nivata. So when there is a no wind of ragadvesha, I need this, I hate this mind is totally come out. So this nivata means this nivata is, I can say, this is a one small closet where there is a no much wind and wind because of ragadvesha. Akalushita apakarasthaina. It, it just stay away, this our raga dvesha. Everything just stay away from our mind. And the reason is virakta antakarana. So virakta antakarana is the base where the blow of wind cannot touch the lamp. And if we are prepared like this, then he says, last one, nitya pravrutra प्रवृत्त एकाग्र ध्यानम जनित सम्यक दर्शन is equal to bhasvata. Jnana deepena bhasvata. So what is the meaning of bhasvata? Means shining. Which type of shining? Bhagavan would like to convey. He says nitya pravruttaha. When his mind is always engaged. Where ekagra dhyana. So total one-pointedness meditation. And because of this one-pointed meditation, Janitaha, this is the born of what? Again, same thing, Samyak Darshana, the vision of oneness. This is called Bhasvata. This is called shining, the brightness of the lamp of the knowledge is called Bhasvata. If is there, then all Agnanajam tamaha, Bhagavan says, Nashayami, it will go. So this is all imaginary is described here. So now he says, Shankaracharya ji, Bhakti prasada sneha abhishiktena madabhavana abhiniveshavaritena. So first one, Bhakti prasad sneha abhishiktena. Sneha means oil. Abhishiktena is just, we have just poured it. So sneha abhishiktena, the mind is totally abhisheka. Just pour out is the oil. But oil of what? Bhakti prasada, the devotion. And prasada, we can say the cheerfulness of devotion. When we are doing bhajana, we should not be said, the devotee is always, cheerful mind. So is this bhakti prasada, the cheerfulness of devotion, and sneha, this oil, abhishikten, is always this oil is used. And mad bhavana abhiniveshavat iriten. So we have to protect this lamp from what? So with Mada Bhavana. So here the Mada Bhavana means Bhakti, Abhinit, Varitena, Vata Iritena. Vata means too much wind. So it needs O2, means oxygen. How always this lamp will get O2, means oxygen. So it's a Mada Bhavana, Abhinivesha Vata. Always this devotee's mind, Abhinivesha means endowed with, is total engaged with Madhabhavana, with the bhavana of Ishvara. It is called, means is a oxygen. Then Brahmacharyadi, what is the wick? So he says the name of wick is Brahmacharyadi sadhana sanskaravat pragnavartina. Varti is called wick. In Sanskrit, Varti is called wick. Which type of wick? So pragna means discrimination, proper discrimination. And how this discrimination has come, he says brahmacharya adi sadhana sanskaravat. So sadhana we can take as a yamaniyam, like in Patanjali. Even if we live a life of 10, 20 values, which is given in 13th chapter, even in 16th chapter, 1, 2, 3 verse, I think more than 30 Devi Sampat is given. All we try to cultivate in our mind are called sadhana. These all are instrument. So he just given brahmacharya. So even brahmacharya, adi means etc. So we can add everything. Even our sthita pragnadi lakshana is also is sadhan for us. So with all this, our mind we call sanskaravat. This all sanskara, these impressions of all good values imprint in our mind, and this is considered as a wick. And then some discrimination is born, is called pragnavartina. Varti means wick. So this is the wick. And now we need not too much wind also. It can also blow off the lamp. So he says, Shankaracharya ji, Virakta. So that what I have written, Virakta Antahakarana Adharena Vishaya Vyavrutta Chitta Raga Dvesha Akalushita. Akalushita Nivat Nivatapak Varasthen actually is the apakara. Nivata apakarakasthen. Apavarakasthen. So antakaran should be full of dispassion. This is the adharena. How we can develop our mind. So it says base is, this is the dispassion. In our mind there is the proper dispassion. Because of this dispassion, Vishaya Vyavrutta, our mind, this chitta is away from Vishaya. Vyavrutta means away. Away from what? The Vishaya. Vishaya means external object. And when our mind is just withdrawn from external object, then sometimes our mind may be raga dvesha akalushita. Sometimes, our likes and dislikes may tainted our mind. But when virakta, when dispassion is there, then there is no any type of taint of raga dvesha. This mind is called Nivat. Nirgataha Vataha Yasmat, from where too much wind has gone, is called Nivata. And the name of this is called Apavaraka. This small closet in Sanskritam is called, we say there is Akhanda Deepa. What we are putting is called Apakaraka. Apavaraka, not Karaka, sorry, Varaka. We never allow too much wind. So this is, so main thing is Virakta Antakaranam, and our mind should not be tainted with Ragadvesha. Both things consider as a Nivata Apavarakastha. We never allowed the blow of Vishaya Pavana in our mind. And if our mind is steady, our mind is withdraw from external object, then only meditation is possible. That's why Shankaracharya has written lastly, Nitya Pravritta Ekagriya Dhyana Janita Samyak Darshana Bhasvata. So it's Nitya Pravritta. We need not to sit only for in week, only 1 hour. Nitya Pravritta. Every day one has to sit is called Nitya. Daily one should be engaged. Ekagriya means with one pointedness. Totally focus. Dhyana, meditation. By doing on contemplation for long time, Janitaha, the bone. What will be the bone? Samyak Darshana, the vision of oneness. This is vision of oneness is called Bhasvata. In this Bhasvata of what? He says Gnana Deepena Bhasvata. This shining, this brilliance is because of the lamp of knowledge. In this lamp of knowledge, this shining will destroy Agnanajam Tamaha. But I will give this. So always what I have shared yesterday, same thing. When even here is written, Nitya Pravritta Ekagra Dhyana Janita, I have seen many devotees, one who are not yogi, one who are not meditator, but still they are simply, they are total lover of Ishvara, Bhaktaha, they totally engross in Ishvara's dhyana. We have one story. Narsi Mehta was just engrossed having seen the Ishwaras that, Rasa Leela in Vrindavan. His hand is burned, but he doesn't know my hand is gone. That much one is called Ekagri Dhyana. For such people, Bhagwan will give the vision of oneness. It is called, this Bhagwan's vow is taken, I will take care of my devotees. So here, one topic is over, which has started from 8th verse. Now, our Arjuna is asked one question. Before that, Shankaracharya says, Yathoktam Bhagavataha Vibhutim Yogancha Shrutam. Bhagavataha Vibhutim Bhagavataha Yogamcha. So we have seen the meaning of Vibhutim is the glory of Ishvara, and Yogam here means Samyak Darshana, the vision of oneness of Ishvara, Yathokta, having described as it is, and having heard all these things, Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna has asked to Ishvara. Actually, I would like to do two things together. So Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevamajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rushayas Sarve Devarshir Naradastatha asito devalo vyasah swayam chaiva pravishime. So this 12th and 13th verse are connected. So actually this will come first and then 12th one. So if we will go first in 13th verse. Actually, this is the main sentence. Ahuhu tvam rushayah. Here tvam rushayah. So rushayah tvam ahuhu. These all great seekers speak or say. Ahuhu means speak. Tvam means you. So all rishis speak about you. Not only Rushi, so it goes like this, Sarve Rushayaha Tvam Ahuhu Devarshi Naradaha Tvam Ahuhu Asitaha Tvam Ahuhu Devalaha is the name of Rushi, Tvam Ahuhu, even Vedvyas himself, Tvam Ahuhu Swayam Cha Eva Bravishime. Even you yourself tell about you. Who are you? So Arjuna says actually, so Arjun would like to convey to Ishvara, so all rishis are speaking about you. What's speaking about you? It will come like this Param Brahma. So first we will say, this all people, Rushayaha means seekers, Ruchati iti Rushi. Actually, there is a one verb, Ruchati means to seek. Sarve Rushayah, all seekers, Tvam Ahuhu. So I can write here, Tvam means you, about you. Tvam means Krishna, so the Lord Krishna. Ahuhu means speak. So he says, all rishis are speaking about you. Not only even Rishi, even Devarshihi Narada. Narada are considered as a Devarshi. One is a Rishi of all Devas, Devanam Rishi. Devarshi Narada also speaking about you. Asitaha, there is a one more name of Rishi, is called Asitaha, also speaking about you. Devalaha, another name of Rishi, is speaking about you. Vyasaha, Veda Vyasaha, also speaking about you. And Swayam, you yourself, Cha Eva Pravishime, even you yourself have talked about you. Who are you? Because in 9th chapter, Bhagavan has said, I am the cause of everything. So everybody has talked about you, and what they all are talking about you. So this is the 12th verse. So he says, who are you? So you are a Param Brahma, you are a Param Dhama, you are a Pavitram Paramam, Purusham, you are Shashvatam, you are Divyam, you are Adi Devam, you are Ajam, you are Vibhu. These are talking about you, these people. So now we can say first this only. So Ahuhu, this is nothing. In this verse is nothing. Ahuhu means Kathayanti. Tvam means you. Who? The Rushayah. And who are these Rushayah? Vasishtadaya. There are many Rishi. So it says, starts from Vasishta. There are many Rishis are talking about you. Sarve will go with Vasishta. Devarshi Naradaha. So even Narada Rishi also talking about you. Tatha Asitaha is also name of Rishi is talking about you. Devalaha is another name of Rishi is also talking about you. even api evam eva ahaha vyasah. So even Bhagavan Vedavyas, Mahabharata is written by Vedavyas. He says even evam eva, this only, even talk about Vedavyas ji, and swayam cha eva pravishimi. Even you yourself has talked about you and what they are talking. So what is the real nature of Ishvara is talk about this different Rishi, and they says you are Param Brahma. The meaning, you are limitless consciousness. The meaning of Param Dhamma, it says, you are the light of everyone. Paramam Dhamma, because Shankaracharya has written, Dhamma means Param Tejaha. So you are self-illumined, Param Dhamma. You are most purifier, Pavitram, Paramam Pavitram. You are the most purifier, Purusham. Purusham, we know you are the ultimate one. Sarva Vyapakaha. We know that there is a true meaning of Purushaha. One, the meaning of Purushaha means Pure Tishtati. Iti Purushaha. Pure means Navadvare Pure Dehi. Tishtati iti Purushaha. And another is Purayati Sarvam. Purayati Sarvam. Whole Brahmanda is just filled up by consciousness, is called Purusham. So here Purayati Sarvam, that Purusham are you, Shashvatam, eternal is you, Divyam, Divi Bhava, which is not available in this earth, is called Divyam. Shankaracharya ji says, Divyam is Divi Bhava, which is not available in earth, is called Divyam, Adi Devam, one who is the cause of all devas. Ajam is the one unborn who doesn't hear Ajam. And Vibhum means all pervading. Vibhavanam. Everything are you only, and who are talking to this down below. These old Rishis, Devarshi Narad and you, they are talking about you. So detail of each and every name, we will see next time. Any question? No?
Swamiji, the word Dhamma is
Yeah.
typically translated as eternal abode or something like that, right? Parandhama.
Param Dhamma, but here Shankaracharya is written as a Param Teja. Look,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's taken as a self-illumined Param Teja. Everybody is dependent on something else, but it's a Param Teja. It's a self-illumined, ultimate illumined. Otherwise, in Dhamma, in 15th chapter, is taken is differently. Tad Dhamma Paramam Mama. Yat Gatvana Nivartante, Tad Dhamma Paramam. If that the Dham is consciousness. Same thing actually, is a consciousness.
But when you see a lot of the discussions, you'll see Parandhama is like the abode, right? The eternal
Yeah,
abode or something like that.
people take
Yeah.
as a abode only.
Yeah.
But Dhamma, I think I just forgot that there is a verb. What is the meaning of Dhamma? Dham is the one verb is there. So it is not abode actually. There is another meaning. But I will
Okay.
check and I will let you.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes, Swamiji, the vritti, which is non-bind, meaning the thoughts that you don't relate to, anything can come.
It's called vritti. When we are not related, just keep on passing is called vritti. But when we identify ourselves with that vritti converts into pratyaya.
Yeah. So I'll come. Thank you, Swamiji. I get that fully. So where
Yeah.
I was just interestingly, maybe wrong description, just thinking as I was listening that,
Kenopanishad.
no, I was, what I'm trying to say, Swamiji, is sometimes even Agantakara vritti can come as vritti and you don't identify. or I can just think very bad about someone and I don't identify, or I can identify with either one of them, right? So is that due to why we identify with something and why we don't? Is that due to our
Sometimes we are busy, no? At that time also thoughts are passing. So when we are busy with something else, then we cannot identify. They
True.
just pass. And when we are alone, we have just some time, we are free. And if again that thought comes, we start thinking. Then it becomes a pratyaya.
Interesting. So I was thinking, is it due to our sanchita and prarabdha karmas, or is it due to our likes, dislikes? Meaning we don't
Because
focus
of our
on some.
likes and dislikes. Yeah, because of like. And even likes and dislikes also depends on our prarabdha only. But we can change our likes and dislikes because of free will.
Yeah, I think that goes to the Gita verse, right? Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pujayate
It's pratyaya.
sangat
Then it
sanjayate
becomes
kama
pratyaya.
kama. Yeah, so how you get to form the groove
Yeah.
like thinking.
Yeah.
Mm.
So more and more we think, more and more we are just going deep. And then whole havoc. If same thing, if we can do with Shastra, if we can same thing we can do with Ishvara's thing, it also helpful to us.
Mm.
You are muted.
Yeah. So I was sorry,
Yeah.
I was listening and digesting, and I also like those words, vatsalyam, etc. And bhakti is also not also, but bhakti is supreme love.
Yeah.
That we all forget that. We just think it's like prayer is something always in return, but it's actually Chandrasekhara Saraswati, right? That Maitrim Bhajate, that's a like worldly love can be also it's actually Ishvara's love only.
Same love.
Yamnavataji
When
and
we love Ishvara, it's called bhakti. When we love elderly, it's called, with respect, reverence. Same love. If some mother has with child, so I don't know in English what we say, but we say is a vatsalya. And same is French.
Swaminiji, is there a term for Shastra Vichara? Like you say vritti and pratyaya. Pratyaya is when you get caught up in the thought. So when you do Shastra Vichara and Mananam.
Same, yeah,
Mananam. And like he was talking about Akhandakara vritti. That's also a vritti. And so then that's good if you can hold on to it.
Yeah, but Akhandakar Vritti will start. No, Akhandakar Vritti, there is another thought will come. Then slowly our chitta becomes Shuddha, and in there Gnana Deepa Bhaswata will come.
And you can recognize that, I suppose, with how Shanta your chittam is.
Yeah, we can recognize.
Yes.
Yeah, of course we can recognize. And even when you are totally calm, no, and when totally what you are saying is totally focus. At that time, I can keep on repeatedly. But if we think how I will become without time, how I would be without even any place, then nothing will remain. Only you can see me only. This is Naradeepa Bhaswata.
So even when there is a vritti, because your mind is after all conditioned, right? And so you don't identify with it. You let it go. Because this is the nature of the mind. It will throw up some thoughts. But you don't identify with it and you let it fall off.
Yeah.
This is what you do in even meditation. If you can do that, then that is to a large extent that shows the Shanta Chittattvam. So it means that you progress towards you're able to disassociate from your own. So then it doesn't convert to a pratyaya.
We come from our rut, from long time, same rut.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that Sakshi Swarupam, Bhagavan is always Sakshi. And that actually, that's the only way we have to treat ourselves. Like if we want to like yoga nishtha and all that, is actually up. They're telling us, each individual, that whether you get upset or not upset, or you understand Aganda or Karavritti, you still have to be just an observer to yourself.
Yeah. Just beautiful.
I also saw small things, Swamiji, that iritena, the one that continues to come all the time. I found it interesting. It's very close to irritation in English. Like something comes all over us repeatedly, good or bad, that is. Sometimes you get irritated, Swamiji, Puja Swamiji used to say, give him 10 laddus at the same time. See if he asks for the 11th one, right?
Yeah.
That becomes irritation, whether it's...
No. So that is helpful. Is what they in what it I think Viraktanta Karanam, no? That all para. Yeah. Iritena. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Om Purnamada
Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti
Shanti Shanti.
Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.